So this is my contact information. In future, if you have any queries, you can drop an email or you can call me on this number so that I can help you how you can perform the solar cell modeling and simulation using SATFOS softwares. So let me carry on the next presentations. So we have multiple softwares basically for solar cell modeling, LED modeling, perovskite, tandem, hybrid, thin film kind of device simulations. We have Fluxim software from Switzerland. And apart from that, we have a US-based California company that is called Exabyte on the cloud for nanomaterial simulations using density functional theory and molecular dynamics. For atomic structure cluster calculations, this Exabyte is useful. And for a nanomaterial along with nano device simulations, where you can simulate the CNT, FET, graphene FET, or magnetic tunnel junctions. There is NanoDecal software from Canada. And we have a Crosslight software for 3-5 compound semiconductor devices, optoelectronics and microelectronics device applications as well. So today we will discuss about this Fluxim. If anybody interested in future in other software, then you can let us know. In future, we can have some more webinar, then you can join our upcoming webinars. So today we will focus about semiconductor device modeling and simulations, basically for photoelectronics devices, organic based and silicon based solar cell applications. Now Fluxim is basically a Switzerland based company. It provides software as well as hardware for OLED solar cell to the industries and academia worldwide. It's the outcome of Zurich University of Applied Science, founded in 2006 by Dr. V. Rustler as a spin-off company. So before doing to the experimental works, you need to perform the theory, modeling, simulations are very essential because you can perform the expected results using the simulations. Then you need to fabricate your device. That is much better because you can save your time, money, materials to predict the performance of your device before going to the fabrication or synthesis work. That is much better because you can do the number of iterations, you can perform the various parameter swappings, and you can save your time, money, and materials. And alone software can also publish the paper quickly. So this is why the software are important. Now let me discuss about SATFOS. SATFOS stands for Semiconducting Thin Film Optics Simulation Software. It is very easy to use for designing, modeling, organic and perovskite based solar cell, including LED devices. Very powerful and CPU efficient simulations tailored to development of novel optoelectronics thin film based devices. It is designed to study and optimize the various parameters to understand the OPV and thin film devices, and it can be useful for all photovoltaic device modeling simulations to calculate electrical and optical properties based on organic semiconductor materials, perovskite, and quantum dots devices. This is brief introductions about SATFOS. We will discuss in the details in upcoming slides. So after this presentation, we will have a live demonstration with some specific solar cell. We will try to build in front of you and show you some calculations output after these presentations. So SATFOS is basically one-dimensional structure software, but there is one more software for large area device simulation that is called LAOS from same Fluxim company. This is another product, large area simulations organic semiconductor devices, that is called LAOS. It is basically a 2D plus 1D FEM based software for designing optimizations of large area solar cell to calculate electrical, thermal, and optical simulations. SATFOS was one-dimensional and LAOS is one-dimensional plus 2D FEM based simulations, and it will also consider the losses in your device, electrode losses, ohmic losses, shunt losses, heat generation losses. That losses can be overcome using this LAOS software in 2-dimensional. It includes some modules, electrical modules, thermal modules, and optical modules to simulate and characterizations of large area solar cell and LEDs. So for electrical property calculations or reduce the reduction in electrical losses, we have electrical module. Self-heating generation losses, we have this thermal module. And for optics analysis, ray tracing analysis, we have this optics module for ray tracing analysis in 3 dimensions. So these are two different software, one-dimensional and two-dimensional. Along with that, we have equipment for perform the wide variety of large of characterization equipment are also there. So you can also get the measured data and compare your experimental and simulated one. So we have this equipment, characterization equipment, PIOS, LithoSlide. These are different equipment for different characterizations of parameters. So for LITOS, for solar cell and LED stability lifetime measurement system, LithoSlide for parallel GB stability measurement systems, and all hardware is also integrated with SATFOS, so that whatever the results are coming, that should be reliable, and you should also be able to extract that parameters. So result will be very close to the experimental work. So you can also perform the theoretical simulations, and you can perform that how much accurate results in compared to the experimental. Now let me discuss about SATFOS today. So SATFOS is basically for organic semiconductor devices, including the inorganic silicon-based devices, not 435. But here you can simulate the perovskite, tandem, heterojunctions, thin film, disensitized, organic photodetector, quantum dot solar cell, LEDs, perovskite LED. These all devices can be simulated easily. So it is dedicatedly designed for organic perovskite thin film based devices simulations. Now let me discuss in the details. This SATFOS is having very good graphical user interface, because whenever you do the modeling, you should have very attractive user interface so that beginners and new users can learn the software capability quickly. That's why we have very good graphical user interface. So you have no need to understand any script. There is no need to learn the Python, C, or Java, or any other machine learning. There is no such necessary to learn here. You can put the materials value, input value in our user interface, and the device will automatically visualize, and energy levels and other parameters will visualize to you automatically. So as you can see in the screen, you can define the layer materials, layer thickness, and its semiconducting parameters, and refractive index, NK data parameters, electrode parameters that you can put in the user interface, and apply the Wissing, sun spectrums, air mass zero, global spectrums. That sun spectrum you can specify, then software will do the calculations automatically. So this graphical user interface will show you the device design, access the device structure, materials parameters, working input files, simulations output, and you can swap the functions, you can swap the parameters, you can optimize the device structures to get the maximum efficiency, easily access the material library from our database and example library from our database. So it includes the material library as well as that example library. Results will automatically be generated and prepared. So presentation will automatically be generated. Multiple jobs can be run at a time. The results can be exported to the different standard file format like Excel, DAT, or some PNG, JPG, PDF, whatever the standard format, you can export your data so that you can also import in Origin or any other third-party software. Now, when you make any device solar cell, you should have the materials parameters. Materials parameter like you should know the refractive index NK value, real and imaginary part of your materials. So you can set the optical property of your layer. You can set constant NK value for all single wavelength. So this is NK data where you can put in the simply the user interface that how much is the value of N and K for constant value. But if it is dependent on some other parameter, then you can also define the parameter dependent refractive index. So for LED devices, there is some birefringence is also required where you can define the ordinary, extraordinary component like N naught, Ne and Ke value. And if it is a dispersive material, optical dispersive constant, so you can set the new refractive index optical property. So you can simply import the file in this section, or you can simply create your new materials by creating on new or edit the materials by clicking on edit options. So creating the Veblen dependent parameters or material dependent constant parameters, optical refractive NK data, you can put simply in the user interface. Along with the optical data, you should also have the capability to define the electrical parameters, semiconducting parameters, and electrode parameters. So there is some semiconducting user interface is there, where simply you can put the charge, energy levels, HUMO-LUMO, you can specify, and density of states value, dielectric constant, acceptor, and donor doping with particular concentrations that you can activate, and you can enable this options. So this is user interface where you can define the charges, excitones, trap densities, and mobile ions, anions and cations that can also be put in the user interface. Simply put the input value and software will do the calculations. And whatever the background physical models are there, that is already given in the manual page. So optical properties you have already shared, semiconducting property you have defined, and then goes to the electrode parameters. So you need to set the boundary conditions where you can set the ohmic, thermionic, electron hole density parameters in the user interface. Simply put the manually you can edit the value. So database you can also modify according to your need, and you can also edit it, revised, or create your new materials parameter, or you can use the existing materials from our library. This is optical material library which is already present in our database. So you can find all metallic materials, all semiconducting materials, all materials refractive index, NK data is also there, including the perovskite materials with different variations. Perovskite material will be there, like band gap variations or mobility variations, temperature variations. So you can decide which materials you would like to use for your device formations, solar cell formations. So including a huge list of material will be there. There may be so many other materials which is not present on the screen. So that is also there in our database. Apart from optical data, we have a electrical materials parameters. Electrical material in the sense semiconducting materials. So amorphous silicon, crystalline silicons, spirometallite, ETL, electron transport, hole transport, P3HT, PCBM, TPD, or whatever the standard materials should be there, it is already given in our library. So in that electrical material parameter, HUMO-LUMO value, dielectric constant, mobility, lifetime, all parameters are set. So either you can use existing material database, or you can also modify the existing property, and based on your needs, you can decide that material parameter and then you can use it. And once your optical, electrical, or boundary condition is set, then it comes to the sun spectrum. This sun spectrum is basically where you can define the single wavelength, swept wavelength, like air mass 0, sun spectrum for solar cell devices, air mass 1.5, global spectrum, direct spectrum, tilt spectrums. So that sun spectrum will convert your diode into the solar cell, and accordingly you can find how much efficiency you are getting from your solar cell. And we have this photoluminance also for LED devices. So you can define the luminance parameter, electroluminance and optoluminance, photoluminance. Analytical dispersion models parameters are there, and effective medium approximation for roughness, interface parameters, glass ITO, porous ITO, effective mediums models are there. We have couple of modules for SATFOS. So this SATFOS comes with module. There are 4 modules which is required maximum. So for photovoltaic device, maximum 3 modules are required. So last module is not required for solar cell devices, but maximum 3 modules for photovoltaic and minimum 2 modules are required. Absorption for optical property calculations, drift diffusion for electrical property calculations, IV characterization and quantum efficiency, this drift diffusion model, absorption calculation, this absorption module, and for quantum dot interface roughness, experimental data validations, this advanced optics model will be required. Otherwise, two model is also good enough for any photovoltaic device simulations. Two models can also work. But it is very advanced topics where you can enhance the efficiency of your device using this advanced module. And this emission module for LED devices, let me discuss to each module one by one, then we'll go for the demonstration session. So this is a drift diffusion model, basically for electrical property calculations. So here you can calculate the electrical property of solar cell and LED, like IV characteristics, fill factor, recombinations, electrical field, zone, charge concentrations, and you can perform the steady states and transient simulations, and impedance spectroscopy analysis can also be performed. Now we have a state-of-art mobility model that is also implemented, and you can vary the mobility parameters like Coulé-Frankel organic mobility model, constant, field dependent, temperature dependent, time dependent, Gaussian disordered mobility model, charge density dependent mobility models. Along with this mobility model, there is conductive doping, charge trappings, voltage biasing you can apply on the top electrode or bottom electrode, boundary conditions, injection property of the contact, charge trapping mechanisms, excitone recombinations, generations of electron hole pair, quenching, roll-up diffusions, ionic contributions, anions and cations to simulate the perovskite solar cell devices, along with electrical circuit parameters like series resistance, parallel capacitance, device voltage, residuum. All these parameters you can set in your device. You can find a lot of advantage will be there compared to the Escapes, Bundy, or any other software. I will show you what are the advantages here. This software comes with physical models, like doping models are there, accepted doping models are there that can improve the conductivity. Traps models are there that can influence the charge transport. Deep traps models are there that can act as a SRH mechanism. And polarity of charge transport models are there for improve the injection. You can also drift diffusion model can influence different models effect, and you can compare the simulated one and experimental one. And mobile ion model for electrical perovskite solar cell, anions and cations on the device, electronic to ion charge profiles, hysteresis effect in the perovskite photovoltaic devices, effect of pre-icing conditions or different ramp rate conditions, steady states transient simulations with following models: implicit Runge-Kutta, implicit Euler, and Euler mode point, adaptive Runge-Kutta. These are transient solver parameters. So with respect to the time when you relax your solar cell, then how the dark current or illuminations current will be behavior. That behavior you can check for your solar cell, and you can plot accordingly the charge density, power conversion efficiency. So all these output you can plot by varying the different parameters. Like you can, once you vary the thickness, then how this graph will be changed with different voltage biasing, thickness biasing, wavelength variations, or any other electrical, optical, or electrode or layer specific parameter. Once you vary, sweep function you will perform. Then from one particular point to another particular point, how the characteristics are changing, that you can study under different operations. In this drift diffusion model, there is a charge transport interface model is also there for the generation recombinations at the interface region, electron generations, interconnection between the subcell for multi-cell devices, recombination gen, organic, hybrid, multi-junction, tandem perovskite, silicon solar cell, hopping between the different states, injection layer modeling, HOMO-LUMO, electrical couplings. You can define the charge carrier electron hole pair generation, exciton excited charge pair generations, electron to generate the electron hole pair interface charge material between two different materials. So coupling models are there for different material, exciton and charge coupling. Effective median approximate model for advanced experimental validations, so that whatever the experimentally you are performing, that you can also compare your experimental data with your simulated one. So that's why we have this linear, Brugman, Maxwell, Garnet, porosity. These all experimental validation along with analytical dispersion model that will show you how you can predict or enhance your efficiency of your solar cell. There is no such limitations of semiconducting layer. N number of semiconducting layer you can define in your solar cell. Like here, there is anode layer, cathode layer, volt transport, electron transport, and interface different between different materials. There is charge transport mechanism models are there for the generations of carriers, and accordingly you can plot the energy levels with respect to the positions and HOMO-LUMO. You can compare it. Now, after this drift diffusion, there is a module called absorption. Absorption module is basically for optical property calculations, where you can put the sun spectrum, air mass 0, air mass 1.5 spectrum will only be specified using the absorption module. So it will use the transfer matrix for fast calculations. You can optimize the layer thickness, you can adjust and match the short circuit current, compute the absorption for each specific layer. For total device absorption, you can also plot, and you can compute the reflectance, transmittance, absorption spectra, angular dependence, polarizations, light spectrum, air mass 0, 1.5, global spectrum, coherent, incoherent layers, direct spectrum, external illuminations, mixed coherence. These are some experimental comparison between the simulation one and experimental one using SAT4. So you can find how the software is much reliable and more accurate in terms of accuracy with simulated one and experimental one. So this is paper published with the IIT BHU, and the reference of this paper is also given, which is from 2020. So you can find there are so many papers are there that you can find how the software are much useful for your solar cell modeling. There is one emission module is also there for LED devices. If anybody is working on LED, where you can set the multiple emitter layers, electroluminance, photoluminance, radiance, CIE color diagram, source spectrums, emission property, dipole emission distributions, interface roughness parameter, dipole orientation, CIE color diagram, current density, passive opticals, and polarizations. These are for LED devices emission module. So emission property rate and emissions intensity you can plot with different variations of input parameters. Now, apart from that, there is advanced models are there. This is very unique model. So here you can set the non-flat layer of micro size, nano size features. So textured surface interface you can include and import the data from AFM, experimental VHDF, microlens, texturing, ray tracing, geometrics or physical matrix, particle, Gaussian, monodispersion, polydispersion, refractive index, and scattering by the Lambertian, Pong, Gaussian, Fourier, and define the roughness parameter, interface roughness parameters, and top and bottom diffusion length. Like this is a textured surface. You can include this textured surface here. And once the sunlight input in your device, it will get to maximize the efficiency of your solar cell. In the user interface, you simply need to put the input value. There is no need to write any script or any coding. That is very typical to remember. But here simply you will get the user interface. So simply put the value and software will do the rest of the things. You need to focus on your goal only, research. So you can see here how you can put the quantum dot, phosphorus dyes, Dyson dyes, monodisperser, polydispersons. The texture surface you can include in your device. So you can perform such kind of structure using this advanced module. Now we have already inbuilt example for this solar cell as well as LED devices that you can see in the screen. So full solar cell, IV, dark current optimization, thickness variations, transient, perovskite transient, impedance, and solar cell with external quantum efficiency, excitone variations, tandem perovskite silicon. These are the library, example library that is already given in our database. So you can also take a reference from our library that is created with some reference paper, reference literature. So this library, as you can see in the screen, for solar cell, LEDs, and tandem, perovskite, hybrid, all polymers with solar cell will also be there. Now, apart from that, what property you can predict? It is basically for band structures, charge density, current, electric field, electron current, electron mobility, optical generation, hole mobility, potential, recombinations, absorption. These are the property that can be calculated. Electrical properties like current voltage, power conversion efficiency, power density, absorption, reflection, transmittance, quantum efficiency, photocurrent, and electrical impedance analysis, AC analysis, DC transient, capacitance, impedance, susceptance, real and imaginary part with current efficiency, luminance, or AC analysis can also be performed. These are mostly output that you can plot. There are some other output is also there on the user interface in the software, which is not shown to you. So you can find what are the maximum output that you are required that you can plot. So you can see how this commercial software is much useful for your solar cell modeling. These are the property which you can predict using SATFOS. Now let me discuss about advantage of SATFOS. So if you already know about SCAPS Bundy, there is one lot of advantage compared to SCAPS Bundy. Here you will get a sophisticated graphical user interface, easy to learn, presentations, results will automatically be prepared. Your presentation will automatically prepared for all the output, whatever you would like to plot. It support mobile ionic charges like anion and cations with hysteresis. It will not be there in the SCAPS Bundy software, this feature. Windows and Linux operating system with parallel computing and great convergence for organic materials. So your device will be very converged with the default settings. Scattering interface models are there, roughness parameter you can define. AFM, VSTF experimental data you can import, and you can define the roughness parameters, interface parameters, that experimental validations. It supports the DC analysis, AC analysis, and impedance analysis will not be there. Transient simulations is also not there in the SCAPS Bundy. SCAPS Bundy is having limitations of layers. So up to maximum 7 layer you can specify. But in this SATFOS, there is no such limitation of semiconducting layer. You can define any number of semiconducting layer for modeling and designing. and simulations. Absorption optical property you can calculate for a particular material, and for total device you can calculate the optical properties. You will get the updates regularly, whatever the updates are happening in solar industries. So you will get the after 6 months or 1 year, every year update will be provided to you, so that you can understand what are the new research is happening in the solar industries. So you can also get our technical support from our local Indian team, as well as from our Switzerland team can also help you in your designing of solar cell once your institute officially purchase the software. But SCAPS only cannot provide you the support. Here you can also simulate the quantum dotted solar cell with nanoparticle effect. That is also not possible in SCAPS 1D. And optimizations is also there to perform the swapping function of different each materials. Multiple swapping optimization is there, including the emission module for LED devices. So these are major advantage, but there are so many other advantages there. Once you will use the software, then you can find how it can be better for your research. It supports platform. It is a platform independent. Either you can work on Windows operating system, Linux operating systems, Windows 7, 8, 10, Vista, or Linux operating system. Recommended configurations. This is recommended configurations. So there is no such necessary that high computational power are required. So trial license will be provided to the professors only. Student is not eligible to get the evaluation, but it can be provided to your professor, and the professor can assign that license to the student. So this is we have already a scientific videos publication link. There are so many publication on perovskite organic solar cell devices, and so many videos are there. You can visit the website and you can find more uh, videos and publications. This is a system requirement along with scientific video publications. Now you can also learn the software quickly and easily. We have very good tutorials, manuals, examples, and online assessment assistance, so that whatever problems you will face, you can contact to us. We can help you in your solar cell modeling and designing and getting your expected results. So very good tutorials and manuals with examples are there, and including the material library, so that you can learn it quickly. And if you will have any questions after this demonstrations, you can also contact to us anytime. If you have any query in future, you can drop an email on this email ID, and you can contact to me in future, so that I can help you in your designing of solar cell and LEDs. We are based in Gurgaon, Delhi. Now this is all about presentation, that what you can do inside this set for software. Now let me go to the demonstration, so that I can try to build one example for you and calculate some output, so that you can see how easily you can do the buildings modeling of your solar cell. Now I hope my slide, this user interface is visible.
Yes, sir. Please continue. Yes, sir. Zero.
Right. So this is user interface of SetFOSS, where simply you have no need to write any script. Everything will be put in the user interface. Now there is a help section is also there where you can see the tutorials and manuals. So if you would like to know the background information, physical equations, that you can check in our manual page so that you can see what is the background equations is using, either mobility models or dropping equation, trapping equations, all are there in the manual page. So you should also have the models capabilities that you can check in our manuals. So like here, these equations are there, that kind of equations are there. So before writing the paper, you should also have to know the physics behind the solar cell. So you can get the physical equations that is running in your modeling, that from our manual. Apart from that, we have a tutorial page. So you can also perform the tutorial how you can build the solar cell, that can be performed from the tutorial. Now let me try to build one solar cell for you so that you can see how we can predict the output. So firstly, I will create a new project. So I click on file and then I will click on the new. But you can also see this is a user interface. This is a layer structure. This is energy levels. And here you can set the layer structure like ITO, PSS, polymer, aluminum, its thickness, variations, and absorption settings you can put simply, and drift diffusion calculations, steady state transient, and swapping functions. You can swap the voltage wise and current wise. So let me create my new project for your solar cell. So I simply go to the file option, then click on the new option. Now my new project is created, that is called a temporary project. Now this is my new project, temporary project. TMP is the name of my project. Now I will create a solar cell for you here. So I will add more number of layers. If it is required to add the layers, then you can simply click on this add layer. So click on this add layer. So how many layers are required? Then you can use any number of layers here. There is no such limitation. But Escapes Bundy cannot do such kind of. They have only 7 layer or 6 layer can be specified. But here any number of layer you have would like to define, that can be defined. And you can delete the layers accordingly. Now suppose these are 7 my layers. So I would like to define here. I can define air is on the top. This is top layer where I can define the thickness. Manually I can put the value, and this is a unit, nanometer, micrometer, or millimeter, what a unit of your thickness of your material. Second layer, suppose you would like to take a glass. This is glass layer, and in this time you would like to define a thickness in millimeter. So you can select this unit and select the millimeter here. And accordingly, the color diagram in the right of the screen is changing whatever we are taking the material. Now third layer, that is called, suppose we take a ITO layer. So this is ITO, and I can define the thickness of my material. We need to specify the material property. And next layer is called hole transport. Suppose this is my hole transport layer. I can define as a 50 nanometer thickness. Next one is, suppose you take a perovskite layer. You can define the perovskite layer thickness in the user interface. And then again there is C60 layer, that is bottom electrode we can say, and we can define the thickness. So this is thickness and define silver layer, and this is a unit. So these each layer having different distinct name, and right of the screen you can find the layer structure accordingly. Whatever the thickness or material you will use, that naming information you can check in the right of the screen. Now after this, you need to set the property of this all these materials. We have air on the top, and for air, the refractive index is constant, usually n equal to 1, real part equal to 1, and there is no nk value is equal to 1 only. So that's why we are defining this n equal to 1. So real part is there is no imaginary part equal to 0 for this air layer. Next layer is glass, where the real part equal to suppose 1.5. So you can put simply 1.5 here, and k value, if it is there, then you can also put the k value. So this is a constant value. There is no dependent on other parameter. Next is called ITO. So ITO, refractive index, is dependent on the wavelength. So here what you need to do, you can click on simply file options. Either you can create your new material here, NK material, by clicking on new and then click on NK file. So this is NK file where you can add the NK data. You can click on add whatever major data you have, wavelength and NK value, refractive index. Then simply you can put the wavelength in first column and N value and K value in second column and third column, like that. So this is one wavelength, one option. Second, again you can add the next wavelength option. So you can click again the next wavelength. So I'm just simply putting assuming the value, but whatever your value is there, that simply you can put, and accordingly you can find this graphical image, real and imaginary part. Similarly, you can add any number of layers like that, like here. So you can define all your thickness parameters, that wavelength parameter and NK value simply put in the user interface. Or here it will also be put in the scripting. So this is a script and this is graphical form. So either you can put in the script or you can put in the graphical. Either you can make a copy and paste simply. Then it will show automatically in the graphical form. Whatever either a script and user interface are simply a common, like that. So you can see the graphical form are adding accordingly. These all are wavelength and NK values. Okay. So this is for new creating a new material NK data, optical data. But for this ITO, I would like to import from my database. So I will simply click on import option and I will select the ITO material from my database. This is our database which is there in the C drive. When I install the software, this database is automatically installed. So I will find in my I will open here of refractive index. So I select the material from my database. So I find here, I click on open. The next one is perovskite layer. So I will open the perovskite material database. I will import. This is perovskite. And these are all combination of perovskite is there. CH3, NH3, PBL3, PBr3, MAPI perovskite. So you can select according to your need different variations of band gap, how this perovskite parameters are changing. So I simply take any one. So I put this CH3, NH3, PBL3, and it is also given the reference from which reference the data of this MAPI perovskite is taken. So DOI reference number is also there. From there, this measured data is taken for perovskite. Next one is C60. So I will click on constant, then click on file and open this C60 material. and this is my C60 NK data. And next one is called AG layer. So I click on file and silver layer, outer layer we can see non-absorbing, and I can click on open. Now all materials, refractive index data, optical data we have specified. Now next goes to the absorption module we need to activate. So I will click simply on this sun icon to activate the absorption module. And second one is drift diffusion module for electrical property calculations. So I activated these two modules, absorption and drift diffusions. Now I need to set the electrode. So I will use this TATM as an electrode. So this whole transport layer I'm using as an electrode here. So you can see this is now electrode, and here we can set either thermionic type, ohmic type, what type of your electrode is. So boundary condition we are defining, and similarly you need to define the work function for that. So suppose your work function for top layer is 5.2, so you can change, and this is C60 that you can also use as a ground electrode. So this is as a ground, and you can also use this work function of this ground electrode. Now I changed to 4.1 ohmic type, and these all are options. You can define incoherent, coherent, isotropic, scatterings. Now next there is middle layer that is called a semiconducting layers. So I activated it. According to that you can find the energy levels. LUMO levels are there. Now in this semiconducting tab, once you will activate, there is one semiconducting tab that will be activated like that. It is activating once you will check this box. Now once you will activate, you need to set the semiconducting parameters. So either you can import the parameter from the library, electrical parameter similar to the optical parameter, you can import from our library. This is library where you can import it, or you can also set your own parameters. You can simply put the HUMO value, LUMO value in this checkbox and set the dielectric constant, and you can enable the acceptor doping, donor dopings. Simply if you would like to dope particular layers and with particular concentrations, then you can define the doping per meter cube or centimeter cube. And you can define the optical generation efficiency, Langevin recombination efficiency. These are the optical parameters. And these are the mobility models. Constant mobility models, field dependent, time dependent, EGDM, ECDM, extended Gaussian disorder, and correlated. So each model have different properties. So these type of modality models will not be there in the ESCAPE software. Now we can set the mobility model parameter. Here suppose the mobility of your electron equal to 0.01 something per centimeter square volt. This is meter, we can convert into centimeter square. Similarly for holes, you can also set this is for holes. Now there is options called excitone. This is for, you can enable the excitone for radiative, non-radiative decay, diffusion constant, annihilation rates, triplet interactions, singlet interactions, like that. And for TADF devices, you can also define the delta reference rate. This is for LED basically. And define the excitone, polarization, optical generations, or charge transfer models are there. Let me disable it. May not be much useful for solar cell, so I disable it. Now click on trap density. You can enable the traps. So to capture the trap mechanism, SRS recombinations, you can enable it. Enable the trap recombinations, exponential and Gaussian density of state traps, and you can define the trap model parameters like trap density, trap energy depth, electron capture rate, hole capture rates, trap recombinations. So all these parameter traps you should have be able to define. And mobile ions is also there, anions and cations. So you can enable the mobile ions and cations. So for electron and holes, this is for anion options. And next one is for cations. So this is static mobility. You can select either, and this is a constant mobility. You can set these functions, and you can select the units also. Like that. So this is a mobile ions. Now your solar cell modeling is ready, only you need to define the absorptions and diffusion parameters. So you need to go to the absorption settings. Here you can use the single wavelength or you can swap the wavelength. So you can change this wavelength swapping. Whatever wavelength you would like to define, you can simply put the wavelength value and you can perform different step size. And this is an spectrum that you can import from our library. So air mass 1.5, global spectrum, direct spectrum, sun spectrum, meteor, all spectrum you can open it and you can plot the spectrum with respect to the intensity. So the first column is wavelength and second one is called intensity. So you can see how the intensity is varying with respect wavelength with the wavelength. So you can see the spectrum. This is giving the reference which is taken the global tilt air mass 1.5 sun spectrum. Now there is some intensity scalings. You can enable it. The intensity scalings or charge coupling. You can enable the charge coupling like electron charge coupling, electron hole pair, excitone couplings, interface charge couplings. Once you take the cursor, it will give you the descriptions of each models and what you need, which one you need to select. That is all description will be there. Now your absorption setting is defined. Next goes to the diffusion, where you can set the steady state, transient, and AC impedance analysis. So this steady state transient you can select according to your need. Suppose you would like to perform the steady states, then you can perform voltage biasing. This is a voltage biasing of 0.5 volt, suppose at the top electrode. You can apply on the bottom electrode also. And this is a temperature. This is a temperature. You can set the temperature value and you can set the mobile ions. Mobile anions and cations you can activate like that. And if you would like to attach the circuit with your device, this is voltage, residuum, series resistance, parallel resistance. You can enable the circuit with your device and define the value by simply activating the checkbox. Now, once you have defined, these are the steady state solver parameter, current continuity, relative iteration, maximum iterations, damping factors that you can enable by simply putting this value. Now, output settings are there. You can click on this generate HTML report to show your output. But before that, if you would like to perform the swapping, you can activate this swap option. This is swapping. where you can swap the electrical parameter, optical parameters, intensity, wavelength, any parameter you can swap. So you can find it here, and you would like to swap the voltage, temperature, current, initial temperature, ramp rate, and if you would like to swap the thickness from one range to another range, so that you should not simulate your device each thickness value or each refractive index value. You can find a lot of options are there. So gamma, mu, sigma, tau, any value you can perform the swapping. Suppose I
Yeah,
will
Anil
take
sir,
a
sorry.
voltage swapping.
Hello, Anil sir, sorry to disturb you. Actually, one of the participants
Yeah.
asking one question. So basically, in the visible spectrum, more noise occur. How to rectify the noise? And basically, one of more question is basically without refractive index, how go to select library for our material? Basically, we are currently are demonstrating. So please, we may discuss on that.
Yeah, but let me check your chat box.
Yeah.
So I think it's
Yes, sir.
written
Yes,
in the
sir. Yeah,
chat
yes,
box.
sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You may also check the chat box and then refer the question.
Yeah, 1 minute. So one question is without refractive index, how to select library of our materials. Like if you would like to select the library, there are two type of library there. One is called refractive index, optical library, and second one is called electrical material library. So there are two material library firstly, either refractive index optical material library and electrical material library. Now which one you need to select, that is first options. Second thing is that if you would like to use existing materials or you would like to create your own material, that is also possible. But let me conclude this results, then I will come to your chat box and I will take all your questions. That is
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Please continue.
yeah.
Okay, sir.
Now this is voltage we are swapping here. So either you can specify the range of your biasing from 2 and with particular step size, or you can simply put the list from one, like from minus 0.4 to plus 0.9 something. From negative biasing to positive biasing, you can apply the voltage swapping, so that you can understand that how you can perform different swapping steps. Like each steps I am giving this point, so that the data will be printed on each and every steps, like that. So voltage I am swapping here, any parameter you can swap. Now let me run the job. Now the job is running and solver is converging. 7% calculation is done, and you can see the how much simulation percentage completing. Now it is done, calculation is done. You can plot your output by simply click on this window bulb option. Now this is your output presentations. So you can see whatever the input we have given, that will be shown to you as well. So this is your layer device structure. This is your layer device structure, and this is a swapping parameter. Wavelength we have swapped, spectrum and wavelength we are swapping. And we can check the unit and range. Now this is set force output, that is key performance figure output. So VOC, GSC, fill factor, maximum power density, current density, maximum power and power conversion efficiency. and you can also plot the output. Like this is current IV, that is plotting with respect to voltage from minus 0.4 to 0.9. So how it will be vary? So under different conditions like this. So this is power density graph. This is conversion efficiency, and this is current balance, and so many graphs will be there in this complete presentation that is automatically prepared. So you can see the electrical field, potential, recombinations, current density, all outputs are there in single presentation that is automatically prepared for you. Like that. Whatever, if you are defining the accurately parameters, 1 minute, you are not able to see the output. 1 minute, let me show you. Now I hope this output is visible to you. Can you see this screen? Okay, fine. So now this is a presentation that is automatically generated from the software. So whatever your device is there, that is shown to you. This device we have created where we have taken the air layers, glass layer, ITO layer, whole transport, perovskite, C60 and air. And these are the swapping parameters. And now this is output parameters. So VOC, GSC, fill factor, maximum power density, conversion efficiency, and this is current output that is plotting. Now these all are output. So you can drag and drop and you can find all your power conversion, power density output, power conversion efficiency output. So this is there. I will take your questions once I will finish this presentation demonstration in 10-15 minutes. Then we'll take your questions in your chat box. This is the output here. So either it will be prepared in your HTML report or it will be prepared in the this output file. Now this is an output window. This one is an output window. You can click on this output window. Now you can click on display key figures. So there are two options. Either one is that your presentation will automatically prepare. Second one is that you can also plot your output from by clicking on this display result window where the my cursor is there. So click on this result window, click on display key figures, and this is electrical output. Now, if you would like to plot your graphical form, then you can click on current. So this is current, recombinations current is there. Now power conversion efficiency, it is also plotting. So how it can be improved, or power density, you can plot the power density, power conversion efficiency, like that. And some band diagrams if you want to plot. This is band diagram with various voltage. So here it is at minus 0.4, but if you would like to plot from minus 0.2 to 0.9, so you can see how this, once this voltage is changing and how this energy levels band diagram is changing with respect to voltage rising. So you can see here the voltage rising is changing with respect to the band diagram is changing with respect to the Wi-Fi. So this is active layer, perovskite layer, active layer band diagram. So similarly, you would like to plot the anion density, then you can plot the anion density with variations of voltage that you can plot. Like So once the pricing is changing, any parameter you can swap that I have shown you during the demonstration. Right. This is charge density analysis in active layer. And similarly, the current electric field in active layer that you can see. Electron current or any parameter, lot of parameters output will be there. So recombinations. This is swapping functions. You can enable it or disable it. By default, it will show all the graphs, and if you will select, then particularly that point output will be plotted. Now, if you would like to extract your data, then there is an option called like you want to extract this IV. So you can simply click this save image, and you can save either in the PNG, JPG, PDF, or SVG format. You can save your results. So any format you can save, either in the Excel format, like this is Excel format, you can save your output text or whatever other dat format. So your data will be extracted in standard file format. That is not issue. Now, apart from that, other spectral analysis like absorptance, reflectance, transmittance, absorption spectra. Once you properly define the iterations, then will be very smoother your graph. So S polarized, P polarized, transmitter reflectance, and this is not applicable. Now these all are output for your device, which I have created for you right now. Now there are a lot of examples are there in the library. So in the left side of the screen, you can find these are examples. So if you would like to create a EQU example, then this is a EQU solar cell layer device structure where P dot PSS, P3ST, PCBM, aluminum. So this is electrode layer. You can find the electrode, top electrode and ground, and semiconducting. These are non-absorbing coherent incoherent layers. And now we are swapping the wavelength in this example, solar cell EQE. Earlier we have swapped the voltage biasing. So yes, definitely anyone can extract that data. Data can be extracted easily. Now let me show it the quantum efficiency output. So it is possible to extract your data in Excel format, DAT format, or text format. You can extract your data easily. Now this is charge density analysis for N type and P type and other optical quantum efficiency. This is quantum efficiency output. So how much efficiency you will get, that you can see here on the screen. Now photocurrent analysis, this is for photocurrent, stack contributions, and other optical and this is absorption profile. So I will come on your questions within few minutes, 5 minutes. So this is like a absorption rate with respect to the wavelength variations. So you can see how the output will be changed. like that. Only optical property is calculated in this example. Now let me take some other example and come to your questions. So these are some amorphous silicon, p-type, intrinsic type, and we can simulate it. Now let me check your queries, and whatever your queries is there, let me discuss on it. So first, without refractive index, how to select library of our materials. Like here, without refractive index, suppose you would like to select the library of semiconducting material. So this is a semiconducting tab. This one is semiconducting tab. Here I have selected this p-type amorphous silicon layers and I click on import. Now this time you are selecting electrical material, EM library only. There is no refractive index material library. Here you can see all are .em file, no NK file. So NK file is not there. It means only electrical parameter file is there. So you can select by clicking on import, and then you can select that particular electrical material file. Okay. Now this is one question that is resolved. Is this in the visible spectrum more noise occur? How to rectify the noise? Basically, for the noise purpose, that you need to select the spectrum, but noise feature is not yet there. Noise feature is not yet there, but you can define the accurate intensity and wavelength. How to add the new material to the library? So adding the new material, as I told in the presentation demonstration session, if you would like to create a new material, then simply you need to click on 1 minute. Let me tell you. If you would like to create a new material, optical material, then you can click on file and click on new. Here you can select the NK optical material. Then you can set the wavelength and K value. And for semiconducting materials, then you need to create your material by simply putting the value here. You can simply put the value of semiconducting material in charges, excitone, traps, homolumo. These value you can put, that will create a new materials. So new material can be added. For a novel organic material, how to put the value. So in this value you can put that value, homolumo and other parameters you can put. How to know the sweep voltage and bias voltage helpful for your device. Like you should vary the biasing. It will be dependent on various factors. So if you would like to you are swapping the voltage at 3 volt. Okay. If you are expecting that your results are not satisfactory, then you can perform the swapping function from 1 volt to 5 volt. In between you can find at what volt you are getting maximum efficiency. So that's why this sweeping will perform the calculation on each and every steps. That's why this sweeping is important, where any electrical, optical or layer specific material parameter or electro parameter you can sweep. Exact value will be decided to you based on your output of your device and material parameters. So you already know that from where you will get the output. So your output will be shown to you from this result window. So this is result window where you can plot your output. So it is possible to extract your data. Like here you can save this visible data in the text or DAT format. So your visible data can be extracted in standard format, that is possible. Now next is basically power conversion efficiency graphs. So three region like first, third, and fourth quadrant. But you can your case only one quadrant like ohmic contact. Then how to calculate the power conversion efficiency? So you can decide. You can do your accurate modeling parameter. You can specify. Then accordingly, the power conversion efficiency will come according to the quadrant. So minimize the batch error like we do in the escape simulations. So batch error in the sense like number of iterations you would like to do. So here you can perform the swapping. So if you don't know the novel organic material parameter, then either you can find from some literatures, or you can get from some reference data, or from our library you can find the material, and then only it will be possible. But exact value I cannot tell you that how value will be there, how much value will be there for novel materials. So this license, this will be provided to the professors. Your guide will get the evaluation license only. There is no student version is not there. So it will be provided once it is officially, like your guide is really interested in the software. Then only it is a commercial software which basically need to be purchased. So this commercial software need to be purchased. It is not a free software. It is not free. So minimizing error will be dependent on the swapping or input parameters, or there are a lot of other parameters will be there. Using that you can minimize your errors. So default parameter whatever will be there in SATFOS, that will be much accurate as compared to the escapes. Escapes is basically a free software, so that is not much reliable and maybe and not much expected results as you will get from SATFOS, because it is default parameter will be very accurate, and you will automatically your iterations error will be minimized using commercials software.
Okay.
If any questions are there, you
Yeah,
can type in the chat box, and you
Yes,
can
sir.
also unmute your.
Yeah, I request to all the participant who want to ask the further question, please unmute yourself and then ask to the speaker. Please, you can unmute yourself and ask to the speaker, please. Yeah, I think so. They know for the query from the participant. So thank you so much, sir,
Okay.
for your knowledgeable talk
Sir,
on the. Yeah, please go ahead.
yeah, sorry, I would like to ask.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sir, this is a small request actually. So the thing is, if you can just give us the subscription for small period of time, only then we can just give the reference of this software to our professors.
So you can do one thing. You can drop one
Yeah,
email on my email ID. You can drop an email on my email ID so that I can try from my best, and definitely then we can discuss later on. So you can contact to me on this email ID and mobile number. I can give you my email ID and mobile number on the chat box. So you can drop a email, then we can discuss.
sure,
Is
sir.
it okay?
Thank you.
Yeah, okay.
So I have given my email ID in the chat.
As a okay, all the participant, we are requested all the participant, please, if you have further query regarding the short-term license or anything to access the license for the short time of period to evaluate the things, and then further go for the purchase through the Impulse technology, then please contact directly to the engineer Anil Sharma, Managing Director of Impulse Technology. they will assist you with any point. So thank you so much, sir, for this wonderful talk and this a very huge interaction with the audience. Sir, actually, one more question on the chat box, please refer this.
So how to know the basic value? If I know the basic value only, we have to add a new material. Kindly explain clearly. Basically, if you would like to know the basic value, first of all, you can go to our example where the value which is given in our example, that is from some literature, some reference papers. So from there, you can get to know the basic parameters of materials. So accordingly, you can use for your device also that properties, because in our database, lot of materials are there, and each materials is having designed with some specific reference, published reference, and some major data, experimental data is there. So suppose you would like to get the band gap, homolumo for particular materials, so it is given in our manuals, tutorials, as well as some papers. So you can read the papers and you can find the basic value, and then you can use for your solar cell.
Sir, one question.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Sir, can we use this for ferroelectric materials also?
Ferroelectric means what kind of you would like to define?
Sir, in which polarization occurs and we get a smooth current flow.
Yeah, like S polarized, P polarized, like that.
Yes, sir.
So yeah, polarization is there, it is possible, but completely all functionality is there or not, that I can need to discuss, but polarization is there.
Okay, sir.
It is possible. Yeah. Like here in the manual, polarization is possible with different angles, so that you can define it is functionality is there, like S polarized, P polarized. And we have a very good papers are there, so you can visit fluxim.com where you can find a lot of papers, recent paper on solar cell devices. So any more questions?
So I think that it's over. All the participants have asked one question. So, okay, thank you all the participants for asking valuable queries to our speaker. And thank you so much, sir, again for sharing your valuable time,
Yeah,
valuable knowledge, insight on your particular softwares, and then discuss all the detailed query of the participant with us. Hopefully, all the participant may find it useful for his or her research. So again, thank you, sir, and hopefully we will again conduct on detailed workshop on another software in near future as well. So
yeah. So please let us know and keep in touch with us, and in future we
Yeah.
will also keep in touch with you, so that
yes, yes,
you will
sure,
be
sir.
very beneficial.
Yes, sir,
Yeah.
sure, sir.
Thank you to
so
all
much,
the
sir.
participants for joining.
And participant, I request